I would like to call to order the September 19th, 2022 Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners regular meeting. Welcome, everyone. If you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're delighted to have Pastor Michael Waters from Parkwood Baptist Church to bring our invocation tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's an honor to be here tonight. Just thought I would share a verse this morning in my Bible reading. I was noticing the prayer of Daniel in Daniel chapter 2, and part of it says, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, to whom belong wisdom and might. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding." What a good reminder that the places and the positions that he places us, I believe, is from the Lord. So may the Lord strengthen and give you wisdom and guide you in all that you do. Let's pray. Father, thank you for this day. We thank you for, Lord, the commissioners that lead the business of this county. We thank you for these that they will recognize tonight. We thank you for life itself. And Lord, we do ask for your wisdom and for your guidance, acknowledging, Lord, that you are sovereign and you place us in opportunities, responsibilities. So, Father, we pray for wisdom, for direction, for humility, and for doing that which pleases you. And may everything that is said and done that is done through this court, through this office, through this building, through this county, may it glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Reverend Waters. We appreciate you being with us tonight. Okay, first up is the approval of our agenda, and you all have a copy of that before you. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda with the changes on page 4. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, please say no. That motion passes. And we move now to recognitions and presentations. And first up, we have Tracy LeCompte to talk about National 4-H Week.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you all for being here and letting us come in. We are on the verge of celebrating National 4-H Week, so I'd like to introduce and bring up our current 4-H agent, Molly Clayman, and she has some esteemed guests with her this evening to do this proclamation. They need some encouraging.
National 4-H Week Declaration. Whereas 4-H youth across the nation are leading efforts to solve problems in their communities and make a difference in their futures. And
whereas 4-H is the largest youth development organization in North Carolina and the largest in the nation with over 7 million participants. And
whereas 4-H in North Carolina claims 261,210 youth members and 16,789 volunteers, while Cabarrus County 4-H programs reach more than 7,000 youth with more than 330 volunteers. And
whereas 4-H, as part of the NC Cooperative Extension System of NC State University and NCANT State University, is a program where youth learn through opportunities that provide them hands-on experiences in 4-H's mission, mandates of science, engineering and technology, healthy living, and citizenship. And
Whereas 4-H has connected youth and their communities with the innovative research and resources from our nation's 106 land-grant universities and colleges for more than 102 years.
Now therefore, the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim October 2nd through 8th, 2022 as National 4-H Week in Cabarrus County. We urge the people of this county to take advantage of the opportunity to become more aware of this special program that enhances our young people's interests and their futures as part of Cabarrus County's 4-H youth development, and to join us in recognizing the unique partnership between our county and our state university system. Adopted this the 19th day of September 2022.
Thank you very much. I think that it's appropriate that you have 7 people, each representing over 1,000 youth in Cabarrus County. I believe I heard in the proclamation 7,000 youth that are served by 4-H here in Cabarrus County. So Commissioners, you've heard the proclamation. Do I hear a motion that we adopt the proclamation as presented? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes, and thank you very much for that presentation. And now we call Tracy LeCompte back up to talk about Partnership Award from North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service.
So it's been a big week for us. We just finished up with the fair and have all kinds of things to celebrate. And so thank you again for bringing us back one more time. As part of the partnership between NC State, or NC Cooperative Extension, and Cabarrus County, every year North Carolina Cooperative Extension puts out applications for we county centers to kind of showcase what we do here in the county and to spotlight some of the things that our counties partner with us on. And so they give out 5 awards, and we applied this year and were recognized. So I'd like to bring up my co-workers here, if you guys will come up, and Anna, if you'll come up as well. And so in gratitude for our award, but we did, we get 2 awards actually, because it is a partnership award for the Board of Commissioners as well as everyone within the Cooperative Extension Cabarrus County Center. So Pam Uten, one of my colleagues, and Molly Clayman is here, and then I invited Anna up as well to help. But on the application, I wrote, the Cabarrus County Center of North Carolina Cooperative Extension has an excellent partnership with the Cabarrus County Management Team. This knowledgeable team recognizes Cooperative Extension as an independent department, with the County Extension Director serving as a department head. All county departments partner with Cooperative Extension and continually seek opportunities for collaboration. Financial support includes 3 county-funded positions, program support, and the honor of having a single county FCS agent, which is not across the state the standard. We generally have to share our beloved Pam with other counties, but we get to keep her because you all support her. Our department receives full support from transportation, facility maintenance, and improvements, and county IT. Departments collaborate to allow us to accept all forms of payment, which is a big key for us in the county. And allow easy access to those programming funds. Cabarrus County and the Cabarrus County Center of North Carolina Cooperative Extension are constantly working to serve the community members more effectively and efficiently. And with the support of our county, our extension office is able to focus on strong programming efforts and know that we have a county team to make them all run smoothly. And I just gave you a sheet that the 5 other counties that were part of that, the 4 other counties were Caswell County, Henderson County, Durham County, and Wake County that were also awarded that. And so we're in pretty good company there that we're able to be up there with the likes of Durham and Wake, and knowing that Henderson and Caswell are both very long-standing extension partners and all of that. So for that, I thank you all for your support in that. I share in our congratulations with this award. You get to keep one, and I'll take one back to our office. But on behalf of our staff and all of the people that we serve with Cooperative Extension, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Tracy, and that, I think you said it extremely well. That collaboration between the county and the Extension Service is something that we're very proud of, and it's mutually beneficial to all parties, and especially the services that you guys perform for youth and the numbers that were pointed out in that proclamation, as well as the very important role that you play in the county fair, and I could go on and on, but thank you very much. We appreciate the relationship.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, next up from Department of Human Services is recognition of Social Work Prevention Services Unit, and we're happy to have Sharon Schooneman to talk about that item. Or her stand-in.
I'm a little short to be Sharon Schooneman. I'm Tara Allman. I'm the Prevention Unit Supervisor. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for making this award possible, because our Prevention Unit is primarily financed on the commissioners approving the budget and allowing for our positions, which is not, it's county funded. I'd like to say also, I want to thank Karen for nominating us for this position, for this award. There's several of my unit members that are here today, Angelique King and Simone Williams. They've made this possible. They hit the road. They hit the ground running. Our primary goal is to make sure that families in Cabarrus County know about the services that Cabarrus County offers, and to connect these families to these services, many of which are under the Department of Human Services roof, and people don't know how to navigate them. So that is our primary goal and our primary mission. So I just want to thank you again. I did not come with our award, I'm sorry. But I do want to thank you for giving us this opportunity and allowing us to serve Cabarrus County in this unique way.
Great. Well, we certainly appreciate those comments and appreciate the work that you folks do all year round.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I failed to recognize some special guests that we have with us tonight, and this is kind of connected back to Tracy and her folks, but I understand we have most of our youth commissioners with us tonight who do an excellent job serving Cabarrus County, and I believe tonight they are installing new members. Is that correct? So just wanted to welcome all of you and tell you that we're glad you're here with us and look forward to seeing you back again. Great, thank you. Okay, we move now to a proclamation for Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month, and we're happy to have Sandra Torres with us for that proclamation.
Hello. Thank you for having me. And the way that it works is when you read it and then I say thank you. That's faster. You read it so much nicer than me. So.
Okay, so I think you're saying I'm presenting the proclamation. We can make that happen. Thank you. Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month proclamation. Whereas Cabarrus County is proud to be home to nearly 23,000 community members of Hispanic or Latino descent, and whereas Hispanic and Latino community members enrich our communities by sharing their vibrant culture and heritage, and whereas in September 1968, Congress authorized President Lyndon B. Johnson to proclaim National Hispanic Heritage Week, and whereas this celebration was expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover a 30-day period starting on September 15th and ending on October 15th. And whereas the United States Congress and the White House call for all Americans to observe this month appropriately, and whereas Cabarrus County will join with the rest of the country in recognizing the National Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month by commemorating essential contributions, sacrifices, and accomplishments that Hispanic and Latino people have made to the United States throughout history. Now therefore be it proclaimed, the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners do hereby recognize September 15th through October 15th, 2022 as Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. Commissioners, do I hear a motion to adopt this proclamation as presented? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, please say no. The motion passes.
Great. Okay, I just want to say thank you one more time for all the support that the county, Mike, Steve, and everybody else has given to the Latino community in general, and to El Puente Hispano in particular. So we are very grateful. We're looking forward for more partnerships, whatever we need to do to help the community and to make this a better place to live.
Great. Thank you very much. We appreciate you being with us tonight.
Thanks.
Okay, we move now to a proclamation honoring Judge Clarence Horton and historical moments, and David Baxter would come to the podium.
Well, Commissioners, it's good to see you again. It's been a couple of years, but I just wanted to thank you, first of all, for all that you do, your time, your sacrifice, in helping make this a better county. So, this is a huge honor for me to introduce to you Judge Clarence Horton on this really special day. It was my pleasure to work with Judge Horton for the last 18 years on the Historical Moments series. And it's really funny. It seems like just yesterday when we did our first one, and it was in 2004. And I remember, here's a man, knows history, knows everything, but he's never been on TV. So, whenever you do that, it's kind of like, After the first take, I said, this guy is like the credibility of Walter Cronkite. He's got the friendliness and the down-homeness of Charles Kuralt, all in one person. I said, this is a good day for me. Judge Horton researched, wrote, and hosted all 25 episodes over the past 18 years. And it was the most popular, very much the most popular show on Cabarrus County Television and Channel 22. But I got to tell you, I got to share at least one little story. Okay, one day, Judge Horton's walking down the street, and there's a guy mowing the grass. And he stops, turns off his lawnmower, and he goes, hey, you don't remember me, do you? And Judge Horton goes, I'm sorry, I don't. He goes, well, my last conviction, you gave me 6 months. And he goes, and I only got one thing to say to you. I love those history moments. So it just kind of shows you the impact that has. And he wanted to do something really special for Cabarrus County. And that's how this whole idea all started. It's capturing local history so people can enjoy it for years and years to come. And people even use it for research. And it's really interesting because he didn't realize that, he did realize that this was something special for Cabarrus County, but he had no idea because of all the awards, national awards, state awards, that this series got. There are numerous places across this country, government channels across the country, that have tried to duplicate what he did to preserve their local history. So he has not only helped local history here, but all over the country. And one other thing, there was a guy from Australia doing research on Stephen Cabarrus, and he reached out and saw the video on YouTube, and he learned more about his ancestry, and he was related to Stephen Cabarrus than any other research he had done. And it just kind of goes to show of what a great job Judge Horton's done. But on top of being a wonderful historian and a television host, he is even a better person. I've worked with a lot of different people in my career, and I've not worked with anybody any better. He is polite, he's friendly, generous, especially with his time. And all these years to do this thing for no pay, no recognition, nothing. And if anybody deserves this recognition you're about to give to him, he is the man. And it is my honor to introduce my dear friend, Judge Clarence Horton.
Well, it could have been worse. In 1984, when the Methodists were celebrating our 200th anniversary of the American founding, I had occasion to interview Mr. W.S. Bogle. Some of you folks may remember him. He was a much beloved local attorney, and he managed to teach Sunday school at Central Methodist Church for some 60 years. Well, in interviewing Mr. Bogle, I asked him, how did you come to be the mess sergeant for a company in World War I? And he said, well, it's like this. Said we had a camp 75 miles south of Paris, and one day the captain came to the camp and called the company together and asked, boys, can anybody cook? And Mr. Bogle said he hesitated and thought about it, and being an honest man, he answered, yes, sir, a little. And the captain, I'm sure, grinned at that point and said, you'll do. So WS prepared the meals for that company for the rest of World War I. Well, I say that to explain how I came to be here tonight when the folks were talking about founding this, or starting this show for the new TV station. David and Janet Dearman, who was then with Historic Cabarrus, were discussing their plans, and they asked to meet with me, and they said, have you ever had any experience or any interest in making little brief statements, they said, about history, and they called them moments at the time. And I forgot everything Mr. Bogle had taught me about volunteering. And I said, well, a little. And so here I am tonight. But there are a lot of people who have worked in this kitchen besides me, and they deserve really the credit tonight. And I'll try to be brief about it, but there are a lot. First of all, you folks have been wonderful, you and your predecessors, over the years to take a chance on the whole concept and to have us do these, allow us to do these programs. You supplied new equipment when necessary, and a number of kind words when they were even more necessary. The staff at the local station, David and his predecessors and other people in there, Jarrett Glass, who's presently doing a great job, John Von Cannon, and many others have actually done their best to try to polish the rough edges off of inexperienced narrator. The folks at the local libraries helped with research for all these years without any credit or any hope of reward except to do a good job. Judge Marty McGee actually helped me write and research with a segment on Benjamin Patton. I think he's here tonight. And Minister Andy Langford of Central, who's now on the Concord Council, contributed his expertise in proofreading to the current video on Methodism, which was unfortunately delayed by the pandemic. And we had a kind of a 2-year hiatus, but that's going to be produced and seen. It may have a few errors now after 2 years. In 2 weeks, and you'll get an invitation for that. When I started doing this, and almost forgot to mention the most important person, my wife Marlene, I would hear about that, I'm sure. Has always supported the work and made it possible for me to have the time to do my work while she was doing a great deal of it at home. When I started, I thought there was just an unlimited amount of time, Carolina blue sky, and time within which to film these stories. But I seem to have overdrawn my account without finishing the job. I particularly resent the delay on the Methodism project. Those stories need to be told. That was my reason for doing them to start with. And I'm certain that there are others who can tell them better and will do so. Because all those accounts of our struggles and sometimes our failures and our shining victories light the way for the future for all our generations and for their children. So I thank you this evening on behalf of all those who helped us for this kind recognition. And I harbor the thought that on some September evening in the future, another grateful storyteller will also be invited to stand here in the presence of friends and neighbors to thank them for preserving and helping us preserve these accounts and for sharing the stories of this very special place, this Cabarrus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge Horton. I think I've seen every episode and enjoy watching many of them multiple times. And so at this time, I'd like to read a proclamation to honor Judge Clarence Horton and Cabco TV's historical moments. Whereas Clarence Horton is an esteemed member of the Cabarrus legal community, serving as a district court judge from 1981 to 1997, as well as Superior Court Special Judge and an NC Court of Appeals Judge. And whereas Judge Horton is a longtime champion for the preservation of local history, giving countless hours of his time documenting and speaking on Cabarrus County's past. And whereas in 2005, Judge Horton began collaborating with the Cabarrus County Government Communications and Outreach Department and Cabco TV to produce Historical Moments, a television series based on a variety of local history topics. And whereas over the past 18 years, the team has produced 24 Historical Moments episodes, all researched, written, and narrated by Judge Horton. Episodes have covered topics such as area churches, old theaters, Stonewall Jackson Training School, Reed Gold Mine, Stephen Cabarrus, and more. And whereas the 25th episode, featuring local United Methodist churches, will soon premiere at a special commemorative event held in conjunction with the Historic Cabarrus Association, and whereas Historical Moments has earned numerous state, regional, and national awards. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of Commissioners for Cabarrus County, North Carolina, do hereby recognize Judge Clarence Horton and Historical Moments for contributions to preserving the story of Cabarrus County. Commissioners, do I hear a motion to adopt this proclamation as presented?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion and multiple seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. That motion passes. And thank you again. This is a truly invaluable piece of Cabarrus County that we will treasure for hundreds of years going forward, I'm sure. So thank you, and thank your associate David as well. Okay, now we move to item B6. This is a proclamation proclaiming PACE Month, and I believe we have Benny Tashamba with us to present that proclamation. Welcome.
Hi, good evening. Okay. Whereas September is National Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly Month, and whereas PACE, Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, is an innovative program that provides high-quality care in the community to older people with chronic needs, and whereas PACE is a fully integrated model that provides social supports, medical care, and comprehensive, highly coordinated service while allowing the person to remain at home, avoiding hospital admission or nursing home placement, which allow older adults who qualify for nursing home level of care to continue living in the community. And whereas individuals enrolled in PACE receive all Medicare and Medicaid covered items and services, as well as additional support which promote well-being and greater independence. And whereas PACE programs assume full financial risk for all medical care and related services, including transportation, hospitalization, and long-term care, in return for capitated payments from Medicare and Medicaid, thereby controlling costs for the state while providing improved health outcomes and greater satisfaction for participants. And whereas PACE Month provides an opportunity to increase awareness of PACE and the benefits PACE organizations provide to the community, and whereas the theme of 2022 National PACE Month is PACE, this is the place that highlights stories of PACE staff and participants. And now, therefore, the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim September 2022 to be PACE Month. We invite every resident to join us in recognizing PACE Month and celebrate the staff and participants for their role in making PACE a success in Cabarrus County.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, you've heard the proclamation. Do I hear a motion that we adopt it as presented? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes, and we thank you for everything that the PACE program does and for being here with us tonight to present this proclamation.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Okay, we move now to informal public comments. These are folks that have filled out the yellow cards at the end of each row. Each person will have 3 minutes to comment, and I will call those in the order that they were received. If you would state your name when you come to the microphone. And first up is Jerry Anderson.
Jerry Anderson. For 6 years, I've been trying to get through the bureaucracy why they took my child. For the last almost a year, I've been coming up here asking the question, can y'all tell me why? Through investigations and everything, they said everything's fine, everything's okay. And then I hear, I'm probably better today than I was then. The reason they took my child, because they screened her wrong down at your parking lot DSS. If you had kept your door open, you might have found that out for yourself. Or if you hadn't went on vacation, you probably found that out. She was screened in the wrong department. That's a big mistake. If she'd been screened in the right department, she'd been here today. I got a letter from Miss Walton, who is North Department of Division of Aging and Adult. And she was on the phone with me, and I asked her, after she told me that Erica qualified, my daughter, I said, would my daughter still be alive today, and would I still have Jada? She gave me about 4 words, a government answer, and she stopped. Then she gave me about 4 more, and she stopped again, government answer. And she said, this is weird. Mr. Anderson, please don't make me answer that question. Please don't make me answer that question. I said, I already know the Christian question, answer is getting in the way. I said, no. And then we talked. She said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's seen what happened. I went down there for Erica, and they put her on a roundabout to take that child. The Division of Age and Adult Services says adults with disabilities, what I went for, may be vulnerable to abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Y'all took her child. Y'all abused her in the courtroom when she didn't need to be there, and neglected. She died. I'm appalled that y'all worked so hard to get my child, and y'all ain't working hard to bring her back to me. What is going on? I was screened wrong down at your DSS 2 times. Y'all got a screening problem. This time you took my child for 6 years, and my other child's dead. Why? Because you screened her wrong? I went down there for my daughter, who was a helpless child with many problems. Y'all acted like it was her problem with her daughter. Come to my house on a Saturday night. Everything should be looked into. Everybody that pushed this, taking my granddaughter from my house for no reason. She's never been abused. Work hard to bring her back to me.
Okay, our next speaker is Jeter Anderson.
Jeter Anderson. My family's destroyed because of a screening error in the DSS department. Look up at me, sir, when I'm talking. Sir, I wouldn't look up either. Head of the department that screens people wrong twice. What a terrible mistake that was. I can't even express how hurt I am. Never see the love of my life again. Come up here and ask y'all why'd y'all take her? You play concerned and you locked the doors on us. You wouldn't tell us. Had to act like Rumpelstiltskin up here. Keep guessing what the problem is. Well, we found out you screened my father wrong when he went up there about his disabled daughter. Got the love of my life taken away, and I want her back today. Y'all worked so hard to take her away, like taking candy from a baby. Y'all need to work so hard to give her back today. That's our child. That wasn't y'all's child to give to the state or adopt out in a record amount of time. A record amount of time. This screening mistake cost this family every day. And yeah, I know the answer a little bit of why my niece was taken. It didn't make sense why the government goon squad would show up to my house just to remove a beautiful biracial child. It didn't make sense. I kept asking why. Why ain't anybody in jail? Why didn't anybody get cuffed? Now I know why. I see what's going on in the court system. I see what's going on in the DSS system. Y'all have got to get it together. A screening mistake is huge. Huge. That's why you go in there. I don't think there's a bigger issue that could arouse, get a couple new social workers in there to take somebody's complaint that needs help and make it worse. And this is the second time. And not the second time for him in this county. No, they made mistakes in this county, gave this man 3 tickets. May 19th, I guess it's 2006, got 3 tickets. No, he didn't. He handed it right back to the officer, right through the car window. I've never seen this before. Can I do anything to get my child back? Please? Can we do anything to get our child back? I'm hearing all kinds of things. Speeding tickets. Get a speeding ticket over a reckless driving incident. Why is White still up here? It's okay that he hurt someone so bad they died. Exploitation is okay. You still got these social workers in there. Exploitation is not okay. Y'all need to do some soul searching.
Okay, that's all of the yellow cards that I have tonight. So we will move now to our consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of items that were all discussed at our work session 2 weeks ago and that are routine in nature, and there are 15 of those that we talked about 2 weeks ago tonight. So do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes. We move now to new business. And we have before us from DHS Transportation Fiscal Year 24 Community Transportation Grant. We have advertised for a public hearing on this item. Did you have some comments, Mr. Bushy, before we? Okay, then I will at this time open the public hearing regarding the fiscal year 24 Community Transportation Grant. And invite anyone to the front that would like to speak on this matter. Okay, seeing no one coming forward, we'll close the public hearing. And Mr. Bushy, did you have some comments?
Just that this is our annual community transportation grant from the state of North Carolina. We're just asking you to vote and accept the grant and the associated resolution.
Right. And this is the 5311 grant that provides funding for administrative costs such as salaries, insurance, equipment, and supplies. Correct? Okay, Commissioners, what would be your pleasure on this item?
Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the FY24 5311 Community Transportation Grant and adopt the resolution.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes. Thank you, sir. And that was our only item of new business tonight, so we will move now to reports. And first up, we will receive updates from commission members who serve as liaisons to municipalities or on various boards or committees. Yes, ma'am.
Just briefly, I just wanted to, the Youth Commission is already gone, but I'm looking forward to working with them. I talked to Tracy earlier, about a week or so ago, and they are almost at capacity. We are still looking for members from J.M. Robinson and I believe one other high school, but they are almost at capacity, which is a great thing. Lots of kids are getting involved. I saw several of them out at the fair working that Youth Commission booth, and I'm looking forward to working with them. And this year, I think we'll have a youth commissioner sitting up here with us for a change.
Great. Thank you. Okay, any other updates? Okay, I will just briefly mention, I think it was this past Wednesday, we had our library trustees meeting, which we rotate those around the county. This one was held in Midland, and was the first meeting for our new library director, Melanie. So we were happy to have her there, as well as Kelly Sifford, our assistant county manager. So that is a very enthusiastic group, and discussed a number of topics about items going on with our library system expansion. So it's a very exciting time for things happening there. I left that meeting in Midland and drove down to Albemarle in Stanley County, where there was, and I do not have the exact correct name of the organization, but it is part of the work of the Carter Center, and they are meeting across the state talking about election integrity. They had, I think, 5 people or 6 on the stage talking about the election system. The moderator was Colin Campbell, who has for many years had Under the Dome as a feature with WRAL in Raleigh. But on that panel was our own Carol Souls, who is the director of our Board of Elections here in Cabarrus County, and without question, and I think I'm saying this without bias, she was the star of the show. There were many questions that were asked by the moderator, as well as questions that they received from folks in the audience, and Carol very quickly, calmly, and competently answered every single question, explained how our elections work, how our voting machines are operated, why she feels comfortable that everything is as it should be, answered technical questions about whether or not the voting machines are connected to the internet, and they are not. But she did an excellent job, and so I was just so very proud to be there representing Cabarrus County and have Carol on board. She does a wonderful job all the time, but it was nice to show that off to people from other counties. And I think she was joining with some Mecklenburg County folks and some Stanley County folks, so it was a regional effort. And if there are no other reports, we'll now move to general comments by board members, if anybody has anything. I would just also like to congratulate our folks at the Cabarrus County Fair. It was my privilege to be out there several nights during the fair. They did an excellent job. It was great to see the number of people from our community that were involved there in so many different ways. And of course, the largest group that was involved were the children that were enjoying all the rides and the animals and the displays, and so it was something else that Cabarrus County can be very proud of. So we were very, very happy about that. Any other comments? If not, we do not have need of a closed session tonight, so at this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. We stand adjourned. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for all watching on television as well.